Hey guys, Nando here. I wanted to take a moment before the start of the show and have you like and subscribe to our channel. If you're watching us on YouTube, click the subscribe button and ring the bell to keep up with the latest videos and catch show releases early. Leave us a comment and let us know what you think of the show. If you're watching us on Facebook, please like and share the page and don't forget to leave a comment there as well.
What are you doing?
I'm giving them a moment to subscribe to all of our pages.
Oh. How long is a moment?
You know, like a moment.
Okay, moment's up.
No, wait, it's not.
Jerry, roll the episode.
Don't forget to subscribe!
Welcome filmmakers, fans, and friends to Indie Cinema Showcase, your #1 source for filmmaking, conventions, and everything in between. I'm Christina Carmona.
And I'm Nando Roman. Together we'll be bringing you the best and brightest that Florida has to offer.
In today's episode, we'll be speaking with actress, producer, and director Danielle Bowman and check out her film, It Whispers.
We'll also check out some of our past events and then hang out with Tim Anderson as he lets us know what films we should see before we die.
All right, let's get things started with our Show Us Your Shorts film, It Whispers, directed by Madison Bowman.
Oh, hey. I'm sorry. Hi.
Hi.
You okay?
Yeah, okay.
I am sorry. Everything looks great. Come on, let's go play. We can cook. Come on. All right. We're here. Let's go.
Mommy, I want orange juice today.
Baby, you want orange juice every day. Morning.
Good morning.
Oh, remember, Mom, I had piano lessons right after school.
Don't worry, your father's taking you today, right, hon?
Honey, I'm sorry. Remember I got the huge meeting with the CEO at 3?
Okay, Lila, we'll figure it out. Don't worry about it, okay?
Okay, I gotta go. Okay. Mwah. Right.
James!
Come here, bug. Mwah. Mwah. Okay.
Bye, Dad.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, guys, finish up. Peanuts, the bus is gonna be here any minute. Let's get your backpacks.
Don't forget piano. Piano. James.
Bye, guys.
after 5 weeks, they do the meeting without me. I mean, can you believe that? Honey? I mean, I'm the one who did 8% of the work.
You just threw that bread at me?
Guys.
Bread? You pick it up. No, you pick it up. You.
Guys.
What? I didn't do anything. You threw bread at me. What even is bread? You know what bread is. No, I didn't.
I didn't want you to work.
Yes, you did. No, I didn't. Oh my God. Dad. Dad. Shut up!
Are you okay, Mommy?
Thought I told you to shut up, you little
Jesus, Carol, what the hell is wrong with you? You know what? Why don't we give Mom a minute, huh? Eight.
Where's Mom? Is she okay?
Yeah, she's probably taking a nap in our room.
Does she want to play with us?
Yeah, I don't think that'd be a good idea right now, Bug. Who's next?
Why not? I want to play a game.
Hey. What the fuck?
Mommy?
Honey? Are you okay?
Dad?
Take your brother into your room and lock the door.
What?
Do as I say.
Well, I guess we'll have to play by ourselves then, won't we? Promise.
Our next guest started her career in 2019. From there, she's earned 43 acting credits, 15 producer credits, and 3 director credits, all while going through a pandemic. On today's Industry Insight, we sit down with Danielle Bowman.
Joining us today is the lovely Danielle Bowman, filmmaker and actress. Danielle, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for
today.
having me.
All right.
So let's get things started. How did you get started in the industry?
Well, I grew up in Los Angeles and always wanted to. It was always something I wanted to do. And so I did theater and I did some modeling until we realized that I was going to be 5'3". So I did some print,
Right.
but never really knew how and didn't really have kind of the know-how to get started then. So I moved to Florida about 6 years ago. And I actually have to thank my daughter. My daughter's a filmmaker as well.
Okay.
But at the time, she was probably 14 and just asked me, Mom, I think I want to act.
Right.
So now I'm like, okay, I have to figure this out.
Uh-huh.
So I started figuring it out for her. And then it reignited the passion that I'd always had.
Mhm.
And so I started to do what I thought was going to be a bit of dabbling.
Mhm.
And I started to go on set as crew.
Right.
For, whatever. Didn't matter. I didn't know anything. So
Right.
put me anywhere you want. And it kind of just snowballed from there.
Right. So your transition, it was basically crew first and then acting?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Uh-huh.
Cool.
I mean, on indie film sets, I think it's only a matter of time that at some point, if you're crew, someone's going to not show up.
And then you're
And they're like,
the
you,
lines.
come here.
Right.
So like I was a production assistant, but then I just ended up basically being second AC on this one production, and they couldn't find, or someone no-showed, but they needed a soccer mom.
Right.
And they're like,
Put me in,
you.
coach.
Exactly. So I had to, put on a uniform, and it was just like a background role.
Right.
And that was fun. I still wasn't thinking I'd be an actress.
Right.
I mean, you convince yourself. Whatever it is you're afraid of, you'll convince yourself.
Uh-huh.
And I convinced myself that I was too old.
So how
I
did you get over the I guess your self fear of like being good enough and getting really into acting?
Yeah, I think some of that is where my age helps, because as we get older,
Right.
you care less.
This is so
You
true.
know?
So true. I don't care anymore. Like it's like if I get it, I get it. If I don't, it's cool.
No, so that's when we do a lot of commercials.
Right.
So my family actually, we all do commercials. So they still don't think of themselves as actors, but
Uh-huh.
we book a lot of commercials, and I actually don't even stress about the auditions so much anymore. And I do this. I'm like, this is my face.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they're going to decide in the first 5 seconds.
5 seconds when you walk.
If I have the look
look,
that they
right.
want to see a little more. And then, yes, you need to have some talent.
Mhm.
But I don't stress over it anymore. That isn't to say that when you get that like really big audition
Right.
that
The
you
one that you
are
kind of really
like,
want.
that's me. That's my
Right.
bullseye. That I don't really want it.
Right.
And so, you do a little pining, hoping,
Right.
but you can make yourself a little mad that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true, and it's going to happen.
It becomes very stressful.
Because regardless of whether you take the attitude that it's okay if I don't get the role, a little part of you always is kind of want that role. So if you don't get it, it does hurt a little bit. No matter how many times you get used to that, you're not getting the part.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I love the Lisa Kudrow story where she was, I think she was booked on Frasier, and she got fired. And you're like, oh.
Right.
But if she hadn't had that happen, she wouldn't have been. She wouldn't have auditioned for Friends.
Yeah.
Right.
So I try just like, you know what? There's so much content being made. There's so many different things,
Right.
and there's only so many hours in the day, and to get the auditions done.
Right.
So yeah, it's like a mental. Once I get the audition done, I look at that as the job.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I book the job, great. But my job is to audition.
audition.
And I actually love auditioning.
Yeah.
I enjoy the process.
Mhm.
So I do the audition, and once then you're your own editor, and you're piecing it all together,
Right.
and you hit send.
And you're like, that's it.
So like for you, being that you started you said 2018 in the industry, I mean, that's a relative short amount of time, and you've progressed a lot within that time period. How did that come about? Like, how did you find yourself in that position?
I started to really just do I did homework.
Mm-hmm.
I love Google, YouTube, Google. I mean, you can find the answers to how to do so many things. You got to check the source to find, well, should they be talking about this?
Right.
Look them up on IMDb.
Right.
But I just started to really do my homework, getting my daughter involved in some things as well. But for me, it was, okay, I'm going to start with crew. So, okay, how can I get on a film set? Because that's really the goal. You have to get started. You have to be on a film set. So I found, there's really like 30, 40, 50 Facebook film groups.
Right.
In the Orlando and Florida area. I joined all of them.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of them they put casting notices out or crew calls. Some things were paid. I did a lot of unpaid work at first because you just need to get experience.
Yeah.
Right.
And then you can start to transition to, getting paid and working out your rate, with different productions. So I just honestly looked at it as I'm getting older. And so I already was like, okay, fine. I'm not too old to do this, but I'm getting older every day. And so I have less time to be able to be in this industry than someone else.
Right.
And so I'm just not messing around. And so I hustled, and I did from like when I first started until like August of 2019. So for like, year and a half, I did most of that work while I had a full-time job.
Right.
So I had like a 6-month period where I literally had no day off.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't care. I was having the time of my life. So I'd work my full-time job and then do film stuff in the evening and on the weekends. And then was just kind of you get to that point where you're like, okay, now I'm having to turn jobs down because I can't get the time off work.
Right.
And I know a lot of people get to that point. You're like, well, what do you do?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And, if you have the money saved, great. But there's nothing quite like not having all those safety nets in place and just being like, I'm going to trust this process, and I'm going to jump. So I jumped.
Yeah. And it's been a blessing. You've done so much. Now, I know there's certain things you can't talk about, but what do you have coming up that you can't talk about maybe?
I have 2 projects that I'm about to basically be gone for about a month. And this will be the longest time for me.
Mm-hmm.
I've done lots of projects, but this is like, we're getting the family ready for mom to be gone.
Yeah.
So I'll be headed up to Northern Virginia to work on a feature film. And it's a supporting role. Interestingly, there's someone on that production that I have worked with before. And so I thought that was kind of, hey.
Mm-hmm.
And I get to have a Southern accent. And that's the first time I do accents in auditions, but I'm like, oh, wait a minute, seriously, you're booking me for this? That's great. So I'm going to go do that feature film, and then I go straight to North Carolina to work on another film, and I can't really talk too much about that one, but I'm super excited. It should be a lot of fun.
That's fantastic. Well, Danielle, thank you so much for sitting and chatting with us today.
Absolutely.
Guys, check her out on her socials. You let us know what those are.
On my website, I have my own website. So Danielle Bowman, or probably know DanielleJBowman.com. And I'm on Facebook, same, Danielle J. Bowman, and on Instagram.
All right, well, we look forward to seeing what's next for you. I'm excited.
Thank
Congrats.
you.
It's my pleasure.
If you would like to be a guest, have something to promote, or have your film featured on our show, visit us at IndieCinemaShowcase.com. Watch past episodes and help support the show by buying some of our merch in the stores.
Also, follow us on our socials, Facebook at ICSTV and on Instagram at ICSTV Show. You can also reach out to us by emailing us at icstv@yahoo.com.
I'm Danielle Bowman, and you're watching Indie Cinema Showcase.
Welcome back. Now it's time for us to go on location with ICS, and in this episode, we visit Fusion Fest 2020. All right, guys, I am here with the awesome and very busy Terry Olson. Terry, how are you today?
I'm doing great.
All right, so tell us a little bit about Fusion Fest and what it is that you do.
Well, I am fortunate to help coordinate this whole thing. I call myself the festival's chief instigator, and the festival involves a whole lot. So it needs somebody to be a coordinator because we have music and dance and fashion and spoken word storytelling, food, merchandise, visual arts, fun and games, presentations about celebrations, cultures, and faiths, contests for fusion, and our opening spectacle with heritages and flags from all over, and our closing award show. So it's a big full day of all kinds of fun culture and exploring all the different heritages that we have here in Central Florida.
So that is so important, especially now, to like celebrate everybody's culture and people. Now, this is the last day, so if anybody wants to know about the next one and how to be a part of it or where to get information, where can they go for that?
FusionFest.org is our website, and starting in January, we do some monthly explorations that go to a particular culture. We call it our diversitastic dining experiences. So it'll be a particular night in the month when you buy a ticket, you'll come, you'll have a meal, presentation, entertainment. We'll be starting that up again in January. So that's a really fun night out, a full evening of diving into one particular culture. With food.
With food. Everybody loves food, right?
Yes.
So thank you so much for taking some time out and talking with me today.
You're welcome.
You heard it here, fusionfest.org. Check it out and make sure you get here next year. All right, thank you, Terry.
You bet. Thank you.
Hey guys, we're here at Fusion Fest, checking out some of the great vendors that are here. This one is Primavera Andina, and they have lovely stuff. I think I'm gonna go shop, and Nando, you can just...
I'll just follow around.
Yeah. everything about Fusion Fest.
Me too. If you guys are interested in Fusion Fest, be sure to check out their website. Now, let's change gears and travel to the beautiful Enzion Theater where Tim Anderson is waiting for us to let us know which films we should see before we die. Take it away, Tim.
Hey everybody, this is Tim Anderson. I'm the programming coordinator for Enzion Theater and the Florida Film Festival and a former host of the Indie Cinema Showcase. I'm very excited to be back here and excited that the team asked me to talk to you guys about films that I think you should see before you die. Not to be morbid or anything. But what I'd love to talk to you guys about today is the methodology behind how I chose these movies, and that is specifically because you as independent filmmakers often have limited resources, and this is a movie that even though its budget was about $750,000, I think, it actually is shocking how little they utilized to pull off the film. And so one of the things you really think about is time, location, space, and what you have to create to pull off a movie. And much of that begins in pre-production and visualizing the movie that you want to tell. But this is really about utilizing a film that I think kills it and only uses one set. So the film is 1997's Cube, directed by Vincenzo Natali, who shot this movie in Canada on a single soundstage. And it is about a group of people who are trapped inside of a prison. They wake up inside of it. It is a single cube that is lit in different colors depending on the room that they are in. And each segment of the movie, the characters travel from one cube to another and encounter different kinds of booby traps. This is a bloody movie. If you like bloody movies, you're gonna love it. If you don't like bloody movies, maybe watch this one with your eyes like a little bit like that. But it's incredible, and the reason why it's incredible is after you watch the movie, I'm going to spoiler it right now and tell you that Natali's production team only built one 14 by 14 by 14 cube, and it only had one working door. So everything you see happening in the movie, all of the transitions, every new cube they go into is exactly the same, only single cube they made. So it's an inspiring movie in that it is a 90-minute film that is enthralling, character interactions are incredible, living and dying by a screenplay that is very, very, very smart, but utilizing the least amount of set almost you could possibly imagine. So I gotta say, check this one out. I want you to walk away from seeing this movie inspired that you do not need to go out and spend tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars to create huge environments for your film to take place in. Just think about the idea of these group of people essentially in a stage play, traveling from space to space, but through the magic of movies, they only ever went from one cube to the exact same cube they were always in to begin with, which is almost a metaphor for the film. So hopefully you guys will take some incredible inspiration from that, and if you have not seen Cube, run, do not walk immediately. Check this one out. I think it's definitely a movie to see before you die. So thanks again for joining me. Once again, my name is Tim Anderson. Christina, Nando, back to you.
Well, that's all the time we have for this episode of ICS. We want to thank Danielle Bowman for sitting down with us, Fusion Fest Terry Olson, and film curator Lori Turchin, and Tim Anderson for those great movie suggestions.
Tim always has some interesting picks.
He does. He really knows his film history.
What's with the accent? Well, we hope you learned something new, saw something that you love, or got inspired to get off your couch and go make a movie of your own. Who knows, it might be good enough for us to screen on the next Indie Cinema Showcase.
Don't forget to follow us on our socials, Facebook at ICS TV, Instagram at ICS TV Show, and YouTube at Indie Cinema Showcase.
And if you want a chance to have your work, event, convention, or film festival featured on ICS, send us an email at icstv@yahoo.com.
Until then, the set is closed, and as they say in the movie business, that's a wrap.
See you next time.
My accent is better.
So posh.